so they got chased into the cage. And it's like, that was all a mistake by bringing them out. And like, honestly, if I could go back at any time in history, I'd go to that day when we first found them in the cage and I'd blow them bitches up. Fuck all the bullshit. I mean, they just a plague on the earth, just what they are. They're a cancer on the earth. They're like a freaking living, walking, talking virus, and that's all they do is death, destruction, and depravity. That's all they do. That's all they know. And that's their true nature. I mean, or should I say anti-nature. Because anything that's good, they try to corrupt it and destroy it, you know what I'm saying, and make a mockery of it. I mean, or pervert it. That's exactly what they do, man. And it's like, it's in their genetic coding. That's why they love their dogs so much. I mean, because
that's their friend.
It is what it is, though. They let their dogs, to this day, right now, they let their dogs, like when a woman's having her monthly, they let the dog lick it up directly.
Yeah.
Come on now. Like that's one of them things, though. It's like, I mean, and don't ever wonder why a dog goes straight to your crotch when they, you know what I'm saying, when you first sit there and see them, because that's what they do. That's what they do. Straight up.
They still go straight to your crotch, too.
Yes, they do. Straight up. I mean, and then they even make jokes and their humor about it. I mean, it's like they talk about the poor. I mean, these are the same people, Deutschland, whatever, who stole a bunch of a bunch of native stuff, like African stuff. It's that they try to turn it into their own. But then you sit there, you find out they was running around trying to blot out all the melanated people in the history. I mean, same people trying to sit there and call themselves something throughout history that they never was. I mean, on top of that, they got these things where they have a how-to manual on how fathers should touch their daughter's private parts. Come on now, why do they got a how-to manual on how to touch your daughter's private parts?
Oh, you know about that. I was going to bring that up. I'm glad you brought it up. The government distributes those manuals for free to the population. Remember, Germany, or what you're calling Deutschland, Dutchland, that is the place where they found the largest Neanderthal remains and Neanderthal sites. Yeah, it's interesting since they're supposed to be from the Caucasus region, but I just wanted to throw that in. I'm glad you noticed that. I was going to mention it as soon as you finished, but you mentioned it yourself. So people need to know about that.
Right. You got to know what you're dealing with, and it's like, and they won't deny it. They won't deny it. The whole pink supremacy is just the, what do you call it? That's like the, they know because they tried to sit there and prove through science that they were so-called superior, and they come to find out, like, no, the blonde hair, blue-eyed is the most recessive. Deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
See,
well, genetically, yeah.
Started off as melanated. I mean, even as their body types, like they're some of the smallest people on Earth. I mean, they sit there and try to put it on Asians as being smaller. No, the European is smaller, like literally, as in body-wise, and it's like
the number pretty large.
Even their brains are smaller. Come on now, let's get it correct. They don't even have hair; they have fur. Let's get it correct. I mean, and I'm not sitting here saying some stuff. I hate white people. I don't even hate them, straight up and down. You just got to realize what things are. These are the facts. Deal with it. And I'm not the one that went to a lab and tried to find this stuff out. They proved it themselves. So what's that tell you?
Yeah, they've documented it. If you do your research, you'll find that they have documented this stuff. I still don't know, so you're correct. But a lot of people that look like us are becoming very infected with these practices and behaviors, too, now. You got melanin people that are raping babies, eating doo-doo, raping animals, talking about they enjoy it. It's like, nigga, are you serious? Well, go ahead.
This ain't even you. What's up? Great. What I want to do right now, what I want to do right now is because I did promise at the top of the hour I was going to open up the phone line, so I'm going to do that. I see quite a few people are holding on and got their hands up. Peace and love to you all out there who are hanging in there with us. I know it's late. It is 9 o'clock where I am at, though, so I know other places like 11 o'clock. Let me see, 12 o'clock some places. So I say peace and love to you. This is Wake the Hell Up Wednesday. I am one of your hosts. I'm Empress T. You also got Kenji Jones, KJ on the line with us, and Will Justice, and also Dr. Yaffa Bay. So we're going to take the calls in order as they were. I sound like a bill collector. We'll take your call in order that it was received. Okay, so we're going to go with area code 760. Welcome to Wake the Hell Up Wednesday. What's your first name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, this is Malik Elghani, calling from California.
Hi, how are they?
How y'all doing? I've been listening to the show here. Wow, I don't know where to start, but interesting. I was listening to Brother Will Justice. He was hitting some things right on time with this. Somehow, we got to draw the line with and becoming self-sufficient, and kind of like doing for self, and farmland is one of the essential elements about freedom, and not only having a farmland but willing to return to the field. A lot of us act like that we never worked the fields before, we never tilled the ground, but in order to be free, again, and be self-sufficient, when we don't no longer have to depend on the U.S. Department of Agriculture with their food stamps and whatnot and this and that. It's just a form of control. And we must understand that this wicked system, this country, this land is up for sale. And it seems like the Japanese know that. It seems like the Korean know that. It seems like the Hispanics know that. It seems like the African know that. It seems like everybody know that except us here in the hells of North America. However, we need, I believe, this is my opinion, that we need just to really bring this unity thing together, get this unity thing together, and get our economics together, because we're not a poor people collectively. We just so scattered throughout the diaspora of this country and abroad, so we have to, if we can come together, somehow, pool our resources, and, we can really start at home, I heard the sister say, well, a lot of us live in apartments and we can't farm and we can't grow and have gardens. But there's a thing called community gardening, and a lot of these open fields out here, they're for sale. Some of these stores, these storefronts, they for sale. Ain't nobody. They ain't stopping the Arabs, they ain't stopping the Koreans, they ain't stopping the Japanese, who the white man hate just as well. Just as well as they hate us, if it's not stopping them, we should take that in consideration and know that we can't be stopped if we unite, and like I said, we can start within the family, and a lot of times we get this thing twisted, and we know that the white man is a piece of shit. We know that, for the last 400 and some odd years that we was under a wicked regime, wicked, oppression, the whole 9 yards. However, today, we are capable of overcoming this whole system here if we wake up. And the problem with this, I think that we have, a lot of us became so complacent with our way of life and our way of living, the truth of the matter, there will be no reparations until a certain time, and when that time comes, they're going to have to give up what they owed us. But until then, we need to take this whole thing up on our rule. We need to get this thing together. Farmland, what I'm doing for it, we are doing exactly that. We are trying up in right here in North Carolina. We are actually working with 30.5 acres. Nearly 31 acres, and we are trying to do the farming on there, like the organic chicken and, the fish farms and tilapia and the whiting and so on and so on. To grow our own, we can do it. I mean, if we don't have it, we don't have the, some of this land is actually pennies on the dollar. But somehow we just don't get it, These storefronts in our neighborhood, they've been in our neighborhood, boarded up for years, I mean, we pass it up, we pass it up. We forget all about the Black Renaissance Project that once was in our community at one time, We need to bring that Black Renaissance back to the communities of Harlem, back to the communities of Watts and Compton and Philadelphia and around the country. And I heard our sister say, and I say this in closing, I heard our sister speak on Arizona. I have a home in Arizona, and I know how that system works down there, and it's a pretty, they run the city pretty good. However, it's a wicked system down there, and this J.P. Morgan, these bankers, and Chase Manhattan, all these bankers, they've been running the food stamp system for years. Not only the food stamp system, the Department of Agriculture, they have been running this other system with, child support, all of this, everything that came to a simple card. Everything that came to a simple card, so they basically got a number. So now if we understand this, but in the meantime, what are we going to do? Are we going to keep complaining? Are we going to be all, everywhere around the board, not really focusing on what we need to do? Are we going to draw the line and say, come on, let's put our differences aside, our ideologies, our religions, and all this stuff to aside and come to a common goal, and build something for our babies, because that time going to come where they're going to look at us. They're going to look at us. They're going to look at us and they're going to see that we failed them, and we complain about the game bangers and these thugs right now, but you know what, brothers and sisters, they came up out our loins. They came up out our bodies. We produced these children, we produced them. And a lot of times we produce them in such a violent way, in the backseat of Chevrolets and doggy style, all kind of different crazy ways we do it, and we produce these. And what should we expect out of a violent encounter? What do we expect to produce? So that, and I say that, and I close on that, and I really enjoy your show, and really enjoy your show, sister. Whoever show this is, Brother Will, you keep pushing it. Our sister, Dr. Sister there, Sister Doctor, do your thing there, but we, sooner or later, going to have to draw the line to this, and say, let's get our shit together, because we already know what the white man is. We know he's the devil. We know he come out the Caucasus Mountains. We know he all into bestiality. We know he enslaved, every person on this earth, and we know that they got satellites up in space watching everything we do. We know that the phones are tapped. We know that Facebook is an antichrist.
Yeah,
mechanism.
But everybody don't. Everybody don't know that.
We know
That's
all
why
of
we do
these
this show.
things, So
but
we
everybody
just need
don't
to
know
get
that.
on that.
That's the whole thing. I'm sorry, King. I didn't cut you off.
No, sister. I'm sorry. Everybody don't know that, and we need to. And just like a programs like this, we need to get that out to the people. But at the same time, we need to tackle some of the things, that plagues us in our community. A lot of the things that we need to deal with, with the black family life. We need to deal with our children. We need to deal with our women. We got our women all screwed up, and where there's no respect for the woman, the nation is going to fail, because the black woman is the cradle of civilization. And we need to understand this, and long as we got her all messed up, we're going to fail in our endeavors and becoming free in this society.
Yeah, that's well. We do. We got to move it on, King. Thank you so much. But you know, I hear what you're saying, and I